Welcome to Reel 13. I'm Neil Gabler, and once again, as we do every Saturday night, we have a full evening of movies for you. A classic film, an independent feature, and a short chosen by you at reel13.org. Tonight's classic is the heist comedy The Hot Rock from 1972, starring Robert Redford and George Segal as a pair of bumbling jewel thieves who try and snatch a diamond from the Brooklyn Museum. Now, The Hot Rock is adapted from a novel by Donald E. Westlake, and the man who did the adaptation was the great screenwriter William Goldman, who had already won an Academy Award for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and would win another 2 years later for All the President's Men. Now, Goldman was obviously one of the attractions for the film for Redford, and so was the opportunity to work with George Segal, who plays his brother-in-law. But Redford was getting all sorts of offers at this time. He was offered the lead role in Serpico. He was offered the role of the assassin in Day of the Jackal. He was offered the lead in a screen adaptation of J.B. Donlevy's The Ginger Man. So people were baffled as to why he chose this tiny little comic film. Redford said the answer was family. He lived in New York, and his wife Lola had just given birth to their daughter Amy. Well, this film was shot entirely on location in Manhattan, and that's why he took it. And that may also explain why there are so many theater actors in the film: Paul Sand, Moses Gunn, Ron Liebman, and Zero Mostel. And he said he enjoyed working with the director, Peter Yates, who was an Englishman. But he also said that because Yates was English, he really didn't understand American slang and American humor, and Redford thought that undermined the movie. So, Redford made this movie for pragmatic rather than artistic reasons, and it didn't do all that well at the box office. But in years since, it's become something of a cult movie. And I'll tell you, for New Yorkers, it has another appeal, because it shows you New York in the early 1970s. There's even a scene where you can see the World Trade Center being constructed. And speaking of cult, if you look really, really closely at one of the policemen in this film, you may recognize Christopher Guest.
Bombs. The bombs in the streets.
Who went on to write, direct, and star in his own cult movies. Here are Robert Redford and George Segal in The Hot Rock. And I'll see you after the